We're about a third of the way through the WNBA season, and I'm ranking all 12 teams so far. In my last two videos, I did teams 12 through 9 and 8 through 5, and in this video, I have teams 1 through 4. At 4, I have the Seattle Storm. The Storm have a 9-5 record and currently sit at 4th in the standings, and they've had a phenomenal year to this point. Defensively, they've been an absolute tank. They're third ranked in defensive rating. On offense, they've been up and down, but they're sitting at about a league average right now. They only have 5 losses on the year. 3 of them are to the Lynx, one of them's to the Liberty, and the other one's to the Mercury. So they've beaten all the teams they're supposed to beat, and they've struggled against some of the top teams, which is why I had to put them at 4, but I think they're competing for a title absolutely. At 3, I have the New York Liberty. Liberty have had a great start to the year at 12-3, sitting at 2 in the standings. They've been the consistent number 1 offensive team in the entire WNBA for most of the season, and they're sitting at 4th in defensive rating as well. It's a toss-up between all 3 of the top teams in my opinion. The only reason I have the Liberty at 3 is 6 of their 12 wins are against the Mystics and the Fever, which are 2 of the worst teams in the WNBA. Once they start playing better teams, we'll really see what this team has. At 2, I have the league-leading Connecticut Sun. The Sun currently have a 13-1 record, and like I said, they're at the top of the WNBA. The only reason I couldn't put them at 1 is they've had a lot of close games, especially against teams they shouldn't be so close against. For most of the beginning of the year, they didn't win by a ton. They're starting to get on a little bit of a blowout streak now, though. They're the opposite of the Liberty. They're ranked 4 in offense and 1 in defense. But like the Liberty, they're kind of a victim of their own success. Because out of the top 4 teams we have on here with the Lynx, the Sun, the Liberty, and the Storm, they've only played 2 games against those teams in total, and they're 1-1. I'm excited for the part of the year where all these teams start to really play each other. But at 1, I have the Minnesota Lynx. I've thought for a couple weeks now that the Lynx are the best team in the WNBA. They're so well-rounded offensively and defensively, and they have a great resume. They're currently sitting at 3rd in the standings right now at 11-3, and they're sitting at 2nd overall in offensive and defensive rating. And unlike the Liberty and the Sun, they have a 4-1 record against the top 4 teams on my rankings here. So it's pretty easy for me to put them at number 1. Comment your top 4 teams in the WNBA below.